Today's recipe is Vietnamese spring roll, fresh, healthy and delicious. Here I have 2 to 3 pounds of pork shoulder. You can use pork belly if you like. I marinated with garlic, salt and sugar and a little bit of soy sauce. First you're gonna rub about 2 to 3 cloves of finely minced garlic, and then add about half teaspoon of black pepper, half teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and about half tablespoon of soy sauce. Mix them well and marinate the meat for about 15-20 minutes. You can boil this alone if you like. I just choose this way because I want more flavor to my meat. And again, you can always just boil it plain, just like that. Cover and bring a pot of water to a boil before you place in the meat to steam. After it boils, place in the meat and cover and steam for 40 minutes or until the meat is fully cooked. Preheat oven to 250 degrees and place in the peanuts and roast the peanut for like 15 to 20 minutes until golden or lightly brown. Bring another pot of water to boil to cook the noodle. Place in the noodle when the water boils. Cook until soft. Remove and drain, then run under cold water and set aside. Check on the peanut again until it's lightly brown. Remove and set aside to cool completely. Wash the shrimp under cold water, strain and put aside. Now we're gonna devein the shrimp. Poke a toothpick at the end of the tail and pull out the vein, just like that. Repeat until finished. Bring a pot of water to a boil. When boiled, add in the shrimp and cook for 2 to 3 minutes or until pink. Remove and blanch in cold water right away. Run under cold water again and then peel. Now we're gonna slice the shrimp in half. Notice you don't see any black vein left over because we took it out before we boil. This is the cleanest way to devein the shrimp. Finish off with the rest of the shrimp and set aside on a plate along with the meat. With the meat thinly sliced, and if the slice is too big, just cut them in half in lengthwise so it's easier for you to roll later. After we finish with the meat, we're going to set aside and begin to cut our vegetable. Cut out both ends of the cucumber and then cut it in half, and then cut them into thick long strips, and then remove the inner intestines or the seeds. You don't have to, you can leave in the seed if you like. I just like it to be crunchier without the seed. I'm using about 2 to 3 cucumber today in my recipe. You can replace it with bean sprout if you like. Now with the lettuce, you can tear them into pieces or cut them into little pieces. You can replace this lettuce with iceberg lettuce if you want to. If you use iceberg lettuce, just cut them in half and then thinly or about cut them into half an inch thick. Wash off the herbs and set aside. Now we're going to mix the sauce. 1 cup of Hoisin sauce and 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. Mix them well. Now we're going to add in 5 tablespoons hot water, total of 10 tablespoons together. Mix well. And now we're going to add another 5 more tablespoons of hot water. Mix them again, then set aside. Now when the peanuts cool down, we're going to transfer peanut to the Ziploc bag. So this way it's easy for us to pound the peanuts. Make sure you just coarsely pound them. Leave the peanuts in the Ziploc bag and set aside for later use. With 3 cloves of garlic, peel and finely minced. In a small pot, heat up 2 teaspoons of oil. Stir fry the garlic until lightly golden brown. In medium heat, pour in Hoisin sauce mixture. Stir well, and then add in about 1 tablespoon of sugar. Mix them and cook them or simmer them in low heat for 5 minutes. Don't worry if the sauce is runny. After it cools down, because of the peanut butter, it's gonna thicken it up. Turn off the heat and squeeze in about half teaspoon of lime juice or lemon juice. Now we're gonna set up all the ingredients for us to ready to roll up the spring roll. Make sure they're next to each other so it's easy for you to access. You can pre-roll all the roll ahead of time, or just let the guests make their own roll as they eat. First, soak the rice paper into warm water and put it on a plate. Put in the lettuce and the herbs. Line with noodles, cilantros, slice of cucumber, then 2 slices of meat, as much meat as you would prefer, and then the shrimp with the pink side down. Okay, now you're gonna roll it 1 round and then fold in both sides, and then continue to roll them gently but tightly. Now you're gonna add in the chive. If the chive is long, just fold them in half, or you can pre-cut them. Put them right in between the shrimp and the meat, and then continue to roll until you finish all the way to the end. There you go. We're gonna repeat and show you one more time. First, wet the rice paper, place them on a plate. Okay, now add the lettuce, the herbs. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can just add them all at once and just roll it. Any way you feel comfortable with. This is just a pretty presentation. Place in the noodle, then 1 piece of meat or 2 slices of meat, either way it's okay. Now with the shrimp, the pink side facing down, roll it 1 round and then fold both sides, and then roll it. As you roll halfway, place in the chive and continue to roll until the end. Before eating, top the sauce with roast peanuts and sriracha hot sauce. Enjoy!